Get ready for TV's funniest game show moments. With an incredible array of stars, including Jack Benny.
Oh, shut up.
Jane Fonda. Bob Barker. Bob Hope. Groucho Marx.
You're an old Buick.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Just don't know.
Richard Dawson. Bert Convy. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Gene Raven. Gary Cooper. And to introduce the star of TV's funniest game show moments, as she did it 20 years ago, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Star of the new television series For the People, starting next Sunday night on CBS, Mr. William Shatner.
Thank you. Thank you. 20 years. Where did they go? Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening. That introduction from Dorothy Kilgallen was my first appearance as a panelist on What's My Line in January of 1965. Can you imagine? I've done many game shows since then, and they're always fun. And that's what this show is about, the fun in games. Bob Barker, come on down! Price is right, Bob Barker.
I appreciate that, handsome. I do. I do. What's with the indestructible, though? Now, what do you mean indestructible?
I've seen you running for your life from contestants. After they've won a big prize.
I was running for my life to get out of that audience just now. That's true, though. But I have particular trouble with contestants from Samoa.
Samoa?
Samoa.
I've never met anybody from Samoa.
Well, I have. And here are 3 different Samoan lady winners. Now, 1 is a chaser, and 2 are lifters. You'll see what I mean.
$10,000. Move it up there.
Just a moment. She picked me up so high, I think I'm going to have a nosebleed. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. 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 I tell you what, no. I knew it. There's something. What is it about me with the Samoans? I want to know. I would like to know what it is about me Samoans can't resist picking me up. I want to ask him something. Salvatore, I've got to know something. You don't happen to be from Samoa, do you?
What you don't understand, Bob. Bob, what you don't understand. I'm from Samoa. You get a lot of lifters?
Yes, I'm never going to Samoa. My feet would not touch the sand all the time I was there. But we get bouncers, we get screamers, we get criers. We get them all on The Price is Right.
Let's take a look.
yes. Welcome to Life Can Be Beautiful.
You want to add jigglers to that list.
Jigglers. Oh, yes. We specialize in jiggling. But the contestants, now, I don't want you to get the impression that the contestants are the only thing unpredictable, because we've had a few problems with refrigerators. I'd like to have you see this.
Famous Amana Storm All Freezer with exclusive Amana-matic contact freezing. Puts food on or below a frying and freezing surface, maintaining safe, even 0-degree temperature. That's the Amana
From Gibson. Kitchen appliances featuring a frost-clear refrigerator freezer with adjustable cantilever shelves, removable door racks, and a total energy-saving system. A portable dishwasher with 3 levels of washing action and energy-saver switch. A microwave oven with digital timer and 10% cooking probe. And a Module Master electric range with self-cleaning oven, all from Gibson, one of the white consolidated industries.
With the prizes you give away, people must be breaking down the door to get on the show.
Well, all except one lady. Now, we knew that she was in the studio, but when we called her name, look what happens.
Patricia Bernard, come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Just a moment. An emergency has occurred. Would you believe this moment had to occur, did it not? Patricia has gone to the little girl's room. A gentleman, whom I assume is her husband, has rushed out to get her. A page has gone after the gentleman. Everyone in America is wondering how long can they wait for Patricia. Here comes Patricia.
You know, this gal had been to the ladies' room, and when she came in, what did she have to bid on? A water bed. Well, listen, this has been great fun, but Bill, I've got to get out of here.
Why? What's the rush?
I think I just saw a Samoan lady in the audience.
Get out. Goodbye, Bob.
We'll be back with Gary Cooper, Lucille Ball, Paul Newman, and Ginger Rogers as TV's funniest game show moments continues.
Will our next guest enter and sign in, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the man responsible for all the shows you've seen tonight and the head of Goodson Troutman Productions, Mr. Mark Goodson.
Thank you very much.
You know, Bill, signing in that way on that What's My Line board brings back a lot of memories, because for 25 years, every mystery guest who came on What's My Line signed in exactly that way.
I was one of those guests.
Well, Bill, you know, you were in wonderful company. We had a tremendous array of guests, and I'm going to show you some of those great mystery guests of the past tonight. And for those of you who are a little too young to remember What's My Line, we used to blindfold a panel, and then we'd bring on these mystery guests who would use crazy voices to hide their identity. Now let's begin with young Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, and watch how Jerry Lewis disguises his voice.
Get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Miss Arlene Francis.
Well, from the noise that went up, I think it must be the MGM Lion. Startling to scream like that. Is it possible that anybody in pictures would create such a roar? Are you in pictures?
I couldn't hear anything.
It is the lion.
That was a yes, Miss
That's a
Francis.
yes?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in television? Are you male?
How do you know it's us if they got the masks on? and you're all covered up. They'll never get to where you are now.
Now, here's another great mystery guest. And take a look at this. Now, you watch who signs in, but see who shows up.
Do you sing, ever?
Yes.
Would you be considered the kind of a comic that gets the girl?
Yes.
Is your hair thinning a little?
Yes.
I'll take a wild guess at this. Are you Bing Crosby?
Bill, I'm going to show you a cavalcade now, some of the really incredible mystery guests that appeared on What's My Line, and it's going to be interesting to listen to the amazing and crazy voices that they used.
We will begin tonight with Bennett, sir.
Well, the reception was accorded you makes me feel that your face is reasonably familiar to the public. Is that correct?
Well, sir, I just don't know. I'm not...
Do you sit tall in the saddle?
Jelly warm. I would say a little crooked.
You kick pebbles a lot and say, yup.
Are you primarily a movie star?
I ain't quite sure. Am I a motion picture performer?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Mr. Allen, are you a man?
Sometimes.
Have you been a big motion picture star for quite a long time?
Yes. Miss Kilgallen?
Are you a He-Man hero type? Are you in the world of entertainment?
Grab it.
What did it say?
Brenda.
Are you a Democrat?
No.
Have you made your name in the motion picture business?
Yes, love. Bennett?
Despite that falsetto, are you a male?
Yes, love.
Are you a rather youngish leading man?
Hardly.
It isn't. It's Joanne Wood, isn't it? And Paul Newman? Now, John, you ought to ask them about their baby. They're very eloquent on that subject.
She ate a cigarette yesterday.
Would you answer the description of a pin-up girl?
No, but thank you.
Bennett, I would say, with the permission of our guest, that the area is a very broad one, and I would not be able to let...
Are you a performer? I don't mean to be rude, but would I be correct in assuming you are not a singer?
Now, this next mystery guest did not have to disguise his voice. As a matter of fact, we presented him as a mystery guest. The panel had no blindfold, and they stared him right in the face and did not know who he was.
I know Mr. X has a very spiritual quote. Does he recruit nuns?
payoff is that 3 years later, by the way, he became president of the United States.
Amazing. Amazing. You had famous guest panelists, too.
That's right, including you. And one of our favorite guest panelists was Groucho Marx, and I prepared some tape for you that we call our Groucho Marx sampler. Take a look at this.
Would you be apt to find this in the living room or the dining room or the kitchen?
Well, you can't answer that question
Well, she
yes
must
or
make
no.
something. A woman can't make a living just being a blonde. Although I've heard of a few who have.
Now, would you say that you deal with more with one? He made me do it.
You think I'm the only one that's obsessed with that subject, huh? Oh, boy, what a Freudian panel this is.
Some of us may, to a greater degree or another, be forced to come into more contact with one sex than the other, and
You realize that no one's listening to you.
Yes.
Is this an outdoor sport?
Yes, Mr. Marx.
Are you an outdoor sport?
We would have to agree, since he practices his particular skill outdoors, he's an outdoor sport, yeah. Miss Francis?
It's up to you, baby.
Is it primarily a very popular American sport?
No, then it would be indoors.
No, that's...
You an old Buick. I'm sick of her, whoever.
Well, one of the most brilliant comics in the early days of television was Ernie Kovacs. And I want you to see Ernie Kovacs. He's questioning the mystery guest, who happens to be Henry Kaiser, famous industrialist, who at that time had a car, the Kaiser, named after him.
Does this name appear on an automobile?
Yes?
Are you, and this is just a wild guess, but are you Abraham Lincoln?
Who stands out in your mind among the other great panelists on What's My Line?
Well, there were many, of course, but I particularly remember the Allen boys, Woody Allen, Steve Allen, and the incomparable Fred Allen. Take a look at him.
Yeah.
Mr. James, this is your first appearance on this show, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is my first appearance on this show. And we can save an awful lot of time if you just tell me what you do.
What's next out of the Goodson-Todman shop?
Well, we're always playing around with a few ideas, you know.
You can bet on that.
You can bet on that. That's a great idea for a game. I'm going to go home and work on it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Let's move to one of the most popular game shows on the air today. And to introduce its popular host, we have assembled our own 30-second tape cassette.
Because your kiss is on my list. Because your kiss is on my list. Because your kiss is on my list of the best things in life.
If he kisses me, I'm gonna just die.
Mama, it's part of the show.
Well, then let him kiss you.
The star of Family Feud, Richard Dawson.
Thank you.
You know, Richard, I've watched you for years, and on Family Feud, and one of the things I admire most about you is the way you keep your composure. You know, no matter how crazy the answers get, you keep your cool.
Well, I got to tell you, that's not exactly true.
You're kidding.
Once I asked a lady a question.
Yeah.
It was during what month of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant? And her answer almost put me away.
What month? Huh?
Watch this. Yeah. During what month of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant?
September.
Minutes later, I asked the same question of her teammate. Now watch. First question coming up. Oh, God. Oh, here we go, darling. No, this is got me serious.
That's a funny answer. But, I wonder if I could have done any better under the pressure of time.
Well, let me just test you very quickly, okay? Now, I want you to answer like that. All right. Name something people do with their clothes on that other people do with their clothes off.
Fall asleep.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right.
Now, let's see how King Shriner General Hospital answered that question, and then we'll see some other unexpected answers. Something some people do clothes that others do without clothes.
I ride a motorcycle.
The most romantic sounding musical instrument.
Drone.
Name something you might accidentally leave on all night. Yes.
Your shoes.
I hope you won't take this the wrong way, Kenneth, but you are weird. Real or fictional? Name a famous Willie.
Willie the Pooh?
Name the first thing you take off after work.
Underwear.
The next question, what time do you get off of work?
That was great. And sorry.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I've enjoyed it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Jack Benny, Jane Fonda, Jack Parr, and Dick Martin as TV's funniest game show moments continue.
Game shows are a kick because you never can tell what's going to happen. Here's a classic example from the game show veteran Bill Cullen when he was a panelist on To Tell the Truth. The MC is Joe Garagiola, and the panel has just finished questioning a team of challengers, all of whom claim to be bird trainers. Watch.
Now, Dr. Frank Field, you got us started. How did you vote?
All right, I'm taking number 2. He seemed to know a little more about parakeets, so just a hunch.
Okay, just a hunch. Kitty.
I went for number 2. I don't think a bird like that would cost $50 to $200, even though he can talk a little bit.
Okay, Bill Cullen.
Well, we have a rule on this show that if we have seen some of the people on the show, whether they're right or wrong, we can question but not vote. Well, I have to disqualify myself because I met one of those gentlemen in the men's room, which,
What does that get to do with this?
well, I want you to know where I met the man. Because you might...
How do you answer Kitty's question?
How'd you know he was the real one?
He had his bird in his hand.
Here's the Birdman of To Tell the Truth, the dean of the game show hosts, Bill Cullen. How are you?
I stand by my story.
I hope so.
Bill, that is exactly what happened. I did meet him, I swear, in the men's room. And, Bill, I have the bird to prove it.
Oh, my gosh. Put it away, will you, please?
A little worse for wear.
I believe you now. Bill, you've hosted all kinds of game shows over the years, but there's one that you did that I thought was really outstanding. It featured little kids.
Child's Play.
Well, everything's simple for you.
That's the name of the show, yeah.
Some of the children there are hilarious and delightful.
I agree, Bill. Child's Play featured children between the ages of 5 and 9 years, and we'd ask each one of them to define or explain what simple everyday words meant to them. The results weren't only funny, they were fascinating. Listen to the way a 6-year-old boy describes the word baby.
This thing starts out as an egg, and then when it first looks a little human, it's like about the size of a shrimp cooked. And then it gets bigger, and it's like inside this wet balloon.
Would you like to be one of these again?
No, wait. Because if I was these one again, then I would have to do this my whole life over again, and I've had some pretty rough times.
Is he funny? Here's one from Cliffy McGee. Now, he's 9 years old, and the word he was asked to describe, Bill, is tan.
Tan.
Oh, like, there might be this real cute girl. And she's laying back on the sun. And first she lays on her back with a skimpy baby. I mean, skimpy. She might be laying in the front like this. And she might laying on the back like this. Until she gets like the sun makes her a little, brownish. Not this girl.
It's amazing how accurate those kids were with their definitions.
Not necessarily, Bill. With some kids, with the best of intent, they got slightly mixed up when they tried to deal with history. Here's a 7-year-old, Scott Stout, doing his best to be accurate about Abraham Lincoln. Watch this.
Is it the one who was in the war, or is it the one who's on pennies? I think he's the one on pennies. He's the first president. He was very brave, and I think he's dead.
Yeah, I guess he's right. You can't dispute his facts.
The president is dead.
Well, indeed he is. When children feel what a word means but can't exactly describe it, they make up for it, Will, with emphasis. And if you want to see someone who is super emphatic, here's 8-year-old Eileen Siriaco. She knows what the word retired means. There is no two ways about it.
That means, like, they can't work anymore. Like, it's something like the boss says that you're fired. You can't work here anymore. Never come back. Or sometimes when you quit, you say, I don't want to work here anymore. I want to be gone. I don't want to work here anymore. But if the boss says you must stay, you have to keep on saying what you want to say to him. And sometimes your friends, like, they keep on telling you, I want you to stay. But you always say to them, I want to be gone. I want to go away from here. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I want to be gone. It makes me want to retire out of show business. Anyway, it's wonderful to see how children's minds work.
Well, Bill, sometimes the kids had a pretty good idea about what they wanted to say, but they had to use a lot of words to get to what they wanted to say. Now, you hang on while 8-year-old Nikki Simpson rattles off the explanation of the word victory. You have to listen carefully.
I'll listen.
All right.
You're so happy because of something you did or something you could have did or something that you didn't do that you shouldn't have did or something that you did that you should have did that you did and you're glad you did.
Thank you, The thing is, I've seen that tape of Nikki Simpson several times now, and I'm getting worried because it's beginning to make sense to me. Well, before we let you go, Bill, I want the audience to see the conversation you had with a 6-year-old Ronald Wilkinson.
That's Ronald Blair Wilkinson III.
How are you?
Fine.
Do you like being on this program?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Do you think I'm good looking?
Yeah.
I think you're good looking.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of good looking, you got a girl?
Huh?
Do you have a girl?
Yeah, girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
3 of them.
3?
But they're older than me. They're older than me. That's why I get the older ones because they're more mature and they got money and stuff.
You get the older ones because they're more mature.
Yeah, and they got more money.
More money. Good. How much older are they than you?
Well, one of them 30. Well, I think one of them is 36, and I think the other one is 37. I have to ask my daddy over again because I think I know one of them age is 30. That's the only one I know whose age is right.
But your daddy knows how old they are.
Yeah,
How's he know?
because he's been seeing them for a long time.
Well, Bill, I think you are good looking.
Yes, indeed.
I thank you for the wonderful world of child's play.
Thank you, Bill. It's been a pleasure being here.
Thanks, man.
We'll be back with Bob Newhart, Phyllis Diller, Steve Lawrence, and Edie Gourmet as TV's funniest game show moments continues.
Match Game was 22 years old this past New Year's Eve, and it's still going strong with the same man who hosted its premiere performance, Mr. Gene Rayburn. Gene, good to see you. Gene, you are a terrific performer, but in the 22-year history of Match Game, you must have goofed a couple of times.
Only once.
Only once?
Remember, I'm almost the perfect person.
I know, almost.
But that once was a colossal slip of the tongue.
I want to hear this.
I was introducing a beautiful new contestant. And
we're going to start another game. To do that, we have to introduce another player. And with a great deal of pleasure, we present Karen Lesko. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
You know John?
Yes, we do.
Doesn't she have pretty nipples, pretty dimples there, John? This lady has very pretty dimples in her cheeks, doesn't she?
You know, if you watch her long enough, when you make a mistake, you go, man,
listen,
you seem a little taken aback.
I was absolutely paralyzed. And nothing like that has ever happened to me. And you notice when I tried to correct myself, I said the young lady had pretty dimples in her cheeks instead of cheeks. Oh. But, you know, I'm not the only one who goofs. The contestants goof once in a while, too.
Well, for example?
Well, now, if you were a contestant on the Match Game, and you used to play it years ago when we did it, and I asked you to fill in this phrase.
Okay, hit me.
Here we go. Cuckoo blank. Now, what would you say?
First thing that pops in my head is cuckoo clock.
Well, of course. That's the first thing that popped into everybody's head.
Well, of course.
Everybody's except our lady contestant. Watch this. Cuckoo blank.
Cuckoo friend and Ollie.
I tell you. Here's one for you. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
All right, now, we're out of blank. Out of blank.
Out of luck.
No, come on. Another time.
We're out of money?
Come on, Gene.
Now, wait a minute, wait. We're out of time.
You got it, Gene. Goodbye.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Great
Gene
save,
Rayburn.
Bill. Thank you.
Another show that featured guest stars was Password, hosted by Alan Ludden. On Password, a celebrity had to get his partner to say a specific word. Watch how Jack Benny and Jack Parr handle similar situations.
Benny, it's yours first. 10 points. Me.
Me. Marvelous.
If he can be a comedian, so can I. Me.
One of the strict rules on password was that you couldn't use the password itself. Watch Jack Parr again as he goofs twice in a row, and Jane Fonda avoiding the problem.
We'll start right out by giving the password to Peggy Cass and to her buddy Jack Parr. And as they look at it, we'd like you to look at it as well.
The password is crew.
Boat.
Admiral.
All right, 7 points, Jack.
Crew.
I meant to tell you, I also cheat. This time the password goes to Jack Parr, Peggy Cass, and you at home.
The password is crank.
Yours, Jack, 10 points.
Crank.
I'll give a brand new password now to Jane Fonda, to James Mason, and as they look at it, you look at it.
The password is spat.
All right, Jane, first clue's yours, worth 10 points.
Spithead.
We'll be back with Bert Convy, Gary Moore, Joe Garagiola, and Tony Fields as TV's funniest game show moments continue.
I have been on Tattletales a number of times, and on each occasion, the hilarity runs high. And here's the man who keeps things under control, Bert Convy.
I appreciate what you said. You said I keep things under control.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, well, the truth is, really, that most times things are totally out of control on Tattletales.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
no, I mean that. Look, when you got a bunch of bananas like this, you see, it gets that way.
The banana section?
The banana section right there. Now watch this. You know Norman Fell.
I know him very well.
Watch how Norman Fell handles this question. Watch this.
A scientific institute has created a sperm bank to preserve the genetic heritage of our finest minds. Several Nobel laureates have contributed to it, in fact. Now, the directors of the institute ask your man to make a donation. Would you mind? They're laughing already. Would you mind if he did that? Yes or no? Would you mind? Norma, what will Karen say to this?
Well, I gave it the office, actually. I'd give him $100.
What's that?
I'd give him $100.
No, wait a minute. No, this is not that question. No. They've come to you and asked you to donate to the sperm bank for future use. It's not money. It's.
Oh, no, not money?
No, there's no money involved here. Nothing changes hands.
I don't know. If I was alone when I donated,
I think that can be arranged.
then it might be all right.
Yeah.
Because it is very flattering.
Yes.
But no money changes hands here at all?
No money. I'm sorry, Norman.
Why would I do it?
I don't know. The good thing about it is you don't have to look your best. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. Can we? You want to say that she's going to say?
You don't have to take a jar out to dinner. Right?
No.
You know, we're laughing. I'm laughing like I've never seen it. I've seen it. I laugh every time. I can't have it. Now, listen, I have a bunch more. Here's another one. One of my very favorite moments. It starts out with Dick Martin, Steve Lawrence, and Edie Gourmet. Okay, watch this one.
If a new study showed that rubbing raw liver on your body with face 3 times a day could prevent wrinkles, would you do it? Would Dolly do it?
I'm surprised you've stumbled on her secret. She's been doing that for 10 years.
Edie, what will you do now? The raw liver will definitely...
Oh, liver. I thought you said lover.
One fine day, you discover that you're the nude centerfold in Playboy magazine. Who'd be more upset, you or somebody else that you would care to specify?
Well, I know that Playboy magazine would be pretty upset. You know, to put one picture in and have a successful magazine go straight into the dumper.
Yeah.
You know that I did pose nude for Playboy.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, and those pictures are locked in a vault.
Uh-huh.
They are only used at the suicide center to induce vomiting. You know what Bob Hope says about my chest?
No.
When I'm asked what size, he says 34 long.
Ladies, which do you consider yourself to be best at? Ladies, making money, making dinner, or making love? Goodbye. Whoa.
What are the choices?
Making money, making dinner, or making love?
I understood the question. The minute he read it, I understood.
That was 15 minutes ago. She's actually very good at two of them because she blends two of them into one.
Which one is that?
She screws up dinner like you can't believe. I don't quite know how to handle it.
That is funny. I got another one for you. Now, this is an April Fool's trick that we played on one of our teams. I want you to watch how the late and wonderful Toady Fields reacts to this, okay? Watch this. What is your husband's full name? Think about that, ladies. We'll come back in a moment for your answer. There they go. Okay, now, I got to tell you something, fellas. Between you and me and you and everybody, this is April Fool's Day, and we're going to play a joke on the ladies. We're going to give each rooting section $100 right now, right off the bat.
Okay.
And what we want you to do is make up a phony name. Okay. So that when the ladies come on the air and give the answer thinking they know it, you'll groan like they got it wrong, and we'll say, I'm sorry, that's not it. Okay? Okay. So,
we make up a name?
You make up a name. We'll start with you, Georgie. So make up a name.
With my full name.
Yeah,
so I have to start with my first name, George.
George, and give us a phony in the middle there.
George, Aloysius. Aloysius is a very nice
George
name.
Aloysius.
George Aloysius Johnston Jr.
All right, now, all right, Toady, for the share of the pot here, what is George's real name?
Rebecca Wells.
No, he's kidding. You know my name. Come on, tell him the name.
What is George's full name?
You know the name. Tell him
George
the name.
William Johnston Jr.
No.
Tony.
I'm so sorry,
Tony.
Tony.
What happened to Aloysius? You forgot Aloysius?
Where the hell is Aloysius? There is no Aloysius. Aloysius?
You know
I wouldn't marry a guy whose name was Aloysius. Johnston was bad enough. My father threw up at that.
You forgot Aloysius.
Honey, your name is not Aloysius. Where did you get Aloysius?
Tony.
Your mother would do something like that, too.
Tony, we played a cruel trick on you. Today is April Fool's Day. You were absolutely right, and you got $100.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Thank you for coming, Bert.
Thank you, Bill. Nice to be with you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Tattletales isn't the only show that plays tricks on its panel. To tell the truth, did it quite often.
Let us welcome a New York City police detective who is out to trap muggers.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Detective Richard Buggy.
Number two.
My name is Richard Buggy.
Number three.
My name is Richard Buggy.
The votes are in. Will the real Detective Richard Buggy please, sir, stand up?
No!
job. Good job, team. Marvelous. Let's find out who your imposters are, Detective Buggy. Number 2, would you tell us what your name is and what you do, please?
My name is Chris Hart, and my mother is the charming panelist Kitty Carlisle.
You told me you brought him up to be a nice fellow.
I called you today and I couldn't find you. There's where you were.
Let's go down the line. Number 3, now that we've had our fun, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Joe Garagiola Jr.
Nice looking fellow you.
Joey, say something to me. Take that stuff out. Hi.
I want to thank all the stars and my co-hosts, and a special thanks to all the great game show contestants who, after all, made these funny moments possible. Good night.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for TV's funniest game show moments, a Mark Goodson television production.